I'm sure many of you are still struggling to throw the ball correctly in Madden 23. And I say correctly because there's really only one way to do this easily. We could talk all day long about freeform settings, near, far, no max, reticle speeds, placement versus placement and accuracy, classic style passing. But the truth is the pro players are using one setting and one setting only right now. And the truth even more so is this makes it feel just like Madden 22 regular pass leading, but on steroids. You guys need to use this setting. It is the best way to throw the football in the game. Let's get into it. What is up, guys? Here from the Madden YouTube channel, and the cat is mostly out of the bag at this point, but I wanted to share with you guys the pass setting of the pros. Now, this on Gridiron, my strategy website, was a vault tip a couple weeks ago, but the meta is completely out. If you guys watch Twitch, it's not a secret. The most popular way to throw the ball in this game is the freeform or the skill-based passing setting of near 20 out of 20. Now, yes, I know that I have shown you guys some freeform tips here on the YouTube channel over the first month that have different settings. And yes, those settings are great for those throws specifically. But if you've watched any players play this game right now, when you guys have the far and the no max setting, that margin for error is a lot lower. This setting right here is going to make your regular, I would say the majority of the throws that you make, so much easier to make, where you don't feel like you have to have the softest thumbs in the world to make accurate throws over the middle of the field. And I noticed that that's really where a lot of players struggle. You also compound that by the fact that EA intentionally, and yes, I'm going to say this, they intentionally screw you over when you use classic passing. Hey, what's up, guys? Zan here. If you guys are struggling on offense, I would highly recommend you head over to gridirongameplans.gg. We have just had a Madden champion check-in over on the website. John Beast has dropped his West Coast Bunch offense. This is an offense that has the deepest route tree in competitive Madden. It's like having Hot Route Master without having it. The way that he has the AP set up is going to allow you to torch man, pick up the blitz, beat zone coverage calls, and freestyle, which is the biggest key to Madden 23. A lot of players have not learned yet how to freestyle and win more games. If you guys are struggling on offense, go check it out. It's on the website. $9.95 a month gets you everything. Now back to the video. You're going to understand why this freeform setting is really king in this game. So let me show you what I mean when I say that they intentionally screw you over for using the classic setting or the old school setting. Right here, I've got the matchup that you guys saw on the lead-in, which is Keenan Allen against Trent McDuffie. This is a clear win for Keenan Allen. He's going to win the vast majority of the time on his route. But I'm going to start this off by showing you just an in route with a classic pass lead. You're going to see that Allen's going to get good separation, but the problem is that it puts it in a spot where you see how he gets hit instantly. And right now the meta is that these guys are all running around with medium route knockouts. So while you, yes, are quote unquote open on this throw, they penalize you for using classic by throwing this ball so body relative that it doesn't lead the receiver into yards after catch potential. And then the tackle animation that ensues within a step or two makes them drop the throw. So basically you have to create separation and use freeform to successfully pass in this game. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the exact same route combo, but I'm going to freeform this ball with the same input on the left stick that I used on classic, but the difference is I'm freeforming with the left trigger this time. And you see how different that ball is. I threw, not only was the receiver open, but I led him into an animation up the field. I have a faster receiver after the catch, a little bit more agility. Maybe I turn that corner and I'm up the field for a touchdown. But again, you can see how different the placement is on this football. It's the exact same pass lead. I'm just pass leading it up and out to the sideline. And this ball actually is caught in stride up the field rather than him catching, slowing down, and getting shoelace from behind and potentially dropping the football if they have a knockout. So this is really, really key. Let's go ahead and show you guys another route that I think is pretty important to have in this game, that if you don't freeform it, it won't matter. And that route is the corner route. Whether it's a slot apprentice corner route, Z-spot corner route, you guys name it. I'll just run the Z-spot corner. And I'm going to show you, yes, he can create separation, and I'm actually going to make sure that McDuffie is not impressed here, so that way we don't get a super win for Keenan Allen. But what you're going to see here is that if I just do a regular classic lead, up and out or down and out, you're going to see that it's really not a good ball. See how you see how it like almost snaps the ball back? I'm like throwing the pass lead and then the game is like, no, you're not going to do that. Sorry. Takes the pass lead that I put in and sucks it back to the middle of the little gray circle. It's trash. It's straight trash. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to freeform that exact same ball. So I tried to do the down and outside lead or the up and outside lead, just depends on what you're reading leverage wise. This time I'm going to throw the ball with the freeform. And you're going to see I could throw that ball into a spot that leads him where only he can catch it. You might want to highball it. You don't have to, but you see that the freeform obviously puts it in a better position. This is the skill gap in Madden 23, guys, using the freeform. But the settings for the freeform can make this the easiest thing in the world or the hardest thing in the world to do. Let's go ahead and do this again. So I'm just gonna let him create separation, then just freeform this out into this spot. You see how like literally that was just kind of a catch bug. He like had a rat catch there. The ball went through his hands, but it's not a situation where the reticle snapped back to the middle because I was on classic. Big difference. Big difference. So I hope that you guys will start using this. This is something that will help you on all throws, not just man, also zone. But again, placement and accuracy near 20 out of 20. Guys, this was in the Gridiron Vault 2+ weeks ago. So our members have known about this for a couple weeks. They've been improving as passers, the offenses that they all run, everybody in the Discord saying, yeah, I'm on this. Hell, even John Beast, who we just dropped his game plan on the website this week, went from near 10 out of 20 to near 20 out of 20 when I talked to him in our lab session. So he is even on it. Everybody who's anybody in the community is on near 20 out of 20. Now, of course, there are throws that you will not have in your arsenal. There are throws. For instance, the shed, you know, when we get those sheds off press, a lot of those free forms that we throw up the field down the sideline, because you're capped on the near distance, it doesn't really allow you to lead the guy upfield the way that you might want to. You see how that ball like is just kind of thrown too close to the receiver. So yes, you do lose the ability to really like throw streaks down the field, but I'm going to tell you the rest of your route tree is going to be so much better and your ball placement is going to be so much better in general. I do want to finish this off with a quick near 20 out of 20 against zone. I think that this is really, really nice to have. So let me call like a little cover 3. So let's say on this play that we're just looking to maybe hit a route down the field against zone. Maybe it's a crossing route, maybe it's whatever, right? And what we're doing is we're dropping back to pass. We see a clear window here. You could just near 20 out of 20, that perfect placement, right? Like you're not throwing it out of bounds like you would on far. You're not, you know, basically throwing it to a safety because you overlead it with a no max, or, you know, you're not in a situation where it feels like that 20 out of 20 is too hard to control on either of those settings. It's going to get exactly to the input you want as fast as you possibly can. And it's capped by the near setting, which puts it in a spot where only he can catch it. It's the ultimate lead your receiver in stride type of setting. Now, of course, like I said, it does leave a little bit to be desired in terms of ball placement on deep shots down the field. But in general, your between the 20s offense and even your red zone placement is going to be so much better. I would highly recommend you guys install this in your offense, no matter what it is that you run. So I hope that you guys like today's video. Again, straight from the Gridiron Vault. You guys get everything on the website, $9.95 a month. Always want to kind of show you guys on the YouTube channel what we've been working on the website. Drop a morsel here or there every week. There's so much content, a lot more than what I'm showing you guys here. Go over and check it out. We'll see you guys on Monday. Until then, this is Zan. Get in the lab and good luck.